Now then, welcome back to another episode on my Patreon server. Today, I'm continuing pretty much where we left off. I've done a little bit more work around here. I've done a bit more setting up of things and space. I've made this slightly bigger. I've actually done it to the chunks now, so you can see the chunk lines here. You can see I've taken it out to the chunks. So when I'm chunk loading, which I am doing through the FTB utilities, chunk loading, it's spread out into that area. So the warehouse is a large section that fills out the chunks that are already being loaded. If I had a small one in there, the chunks would be loaded anyway, so I figured I'd just make it as big as possible to make the space that I've got as big as possible. So that is what I've been setting up. I've been cleaning all the roof and the ceiling and the floor and all the walls into smooth stone. Been cooking up lots of cobble. Been doing lots of things like that, making the place look ready for the next stage. And while I've been doing it, I've had a few other farms running. So we've got the coal farm for powering the whole set of farms. We've got the valuables farm, which is currently on that level. Oh, we got another problem here. Look, yeah, no hoe. I still need to figure out putting the hoe into the fields. We've got something that I need to do today, which is netherwort. We've got appetite for the farms, the forestry farms, and we've also got nether crop. I didn't know what nether crop did, so I put it in there, and then I find out that it's only making soul sand and netherrack. I was hoping it might do netherwort or something as well, but it doesn't. I've installed the farming and the vacuum hoppers for all the other ones, and I've just recently put this set in, and it's currently got an output full. Very good. We've got skeleton crops for making bone meal, and bones. We've got zombie crops for making zombie flesh, which will be used in this episode. And we're making enderman crops for making ender pearls, and we've also got blaze crops for making blaze rods. So 4 different mob-based farms in there, mob-based. And this is all of the dyes for the dye place. We already knew that, right? And this is now running out of everything. Well, it runs out of the fertilizer, and I manually add that in, but it's mainly running out of dirt. That's the main thing it's been running out of. And it seems to have been running out of saplings quite dramatically as well. I wonder where they've been going. But anyway, I can sort that out all today. I need to do a little bit of tweaking and sorting. Now, I've got myself a contracted villager in a chunk loading ward here, just to keep this farming chunk loaded at all times. I'm going to have to make another one on camera to chunk load where all the farms come to, because this is, of course, one chunk in here, and this section here where all the power goes to that chunk and where all the items come and go from and to that chunk is not chunk loaded. So I'm going to have to put another chunk loader on this chunk as well. What I've been finding is that the claimed chunks area, the chunk loaded part of it turns itself off every time we have a restart. We have a restart 2 or 3 times a day, and every time it restarts it gets rid of the chunk loading, so all of it just stops. So I'm trying to fix that by putting an extra utilities chunk loader in there. But generally, this stuff here that's for the coal farm I want to move into the warehouse, and I want to start being able to access all of these goods from the warehouse over here in the workshop. So I'm going to want an inventory panel. An inventory panel from Ender.io is quite costly, quite expensive to produce. Yeah, it's not so bad, but it is just a pain in the butt to make it all. I mean, we've got Enderman Resonator, we've got Soul Vial with a Witcher in it, and all sorts of things that I'm going to have to go and find. So I'm not doing that right now, but what I do need to do is get the power for it. So, to get the power for that, I've got the netherwort and the zombie flesh all getting sorted. That's that bit. And I'm going to make a vat so that I can use the vat, uses of the vat, to create this recipe. Water plus zombie flesh, you'll see it in a second there, plus netherwort equals nutrient distillation. Yeah, nutrient distillation. I was right the first time. Nutrient distillation. So that is what we've got to get done today at least. And I want to do a little bit of rewiring and sorting things out as well. The reason I went for the ender pearls, well, the enderman and the blaze sprouts being planted was so that I can craft eyes of ender to make these remote awareness upgrades for everything. And yeah, everything else I should be able just to gather bits and pieces as I need them. So what do we got first? Let's just make this vat first of all. So we've got a couple of these fluid tanks to make. One, I guess two. We're missing everything now. Oh, no. What am I looking at? That. There we go. Two of those. And a furnace and a cauldron. We can quickly pick a cauldron out. And a machine chassis is one of those. We don't have any redstone in here at the minute. Well, we do. It's just in block form. So we can get that there. Boom. And then that there. Yep, job's a good one. And then I just need a bit more cobble. If I've got enough cobble left. There is cobble gen everywhere, so we should be okay with that. Cobble into a furnace. And was that everything? I need the electric steel now. So electric steel is alloy smelter with coal and silicon. Iron, coal and silicon in an alloy smelter. So first thing we must do is make some of this crush down a bit. So crush the coal down into coal dust, and then get some iron, and we'll take that bit, some coal, and some, what did we just say? Some silicon. So do I have any silicon currently? No, but I do have sand. So let's just get a bit of sand. Let's get 10 for now. And sand normally gets pulverized down into this as well, and produces silicon. On the off chance that it produces silicon, please, there we go. So we get a bit of silicon. It's not an every chance, it's like a 60% chance or something like that. I don't know, you can correct me in the comments down below. All I want is a few bits. I'm just going to dump the sand from the farm into there and hope that I get silicon out of it. And 2 more bits of coal in there. And then not the painter, not that other sag mill, this one. That's more of the stuff that I've been doing. Put that in there, with that in there, and that should make at least 5 of the electric steel. Good. And if I do that, it'll make 6 of the electric steel, 7 of the electric steel even. Awesome. Okay, so now we've got that, we should be able to make a vat. So a vat needs 2 things. It needs water and it needs materials to generate. It also probably needs some electric. Or some RF, should I say, in this case. So I'm going to place it over this side, where it's likely to be very close to where the control panel is actually going to go. So I'm going to bring it over here. And I probably have it set up in the corner over here, because, well, I don't necessarily want it to set up in the middle of my workshop. Let's get that stone again, and we'll put it on top of here. Now, if I do it in the corner, we'll say the corner is a 5x5. We'll say the 5x5 of the corner. Let's put the vat there like that. The vat there like that. Okay. Now we're going to take 2 different sources of materials. Let's take 2 of those. And we're also going to need a water source, a reservoir. That'll be good. I made one of those thinking that I was going to get the infinite water source down by me sometime soon. And we also need some rotten flesh, and I'm going to need to collect the yeah, the netherwort. Netherwort, that's the thing. Netherwort. Netherwort was on this one. Here we go. So this should now be getting full in netherwort. Okay, that's cool. Good. And let's see if we've got any signs of the next stage as well. Output full. Well, let's empty it out a little bit. The zombie essence, we'll take that. And I guess I'll just get rid of those ones out of there for now, so that it can breathe a little bit. Take that and that and that. Yeah, I'm going to have it all auto-extracting pretty soon. I just need to get it all set up so that I know where things are going first. And it was this one. Nether wart in both of those. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's take a little bit of those nether wart as well, just to keep it clean. Alright, and down. The quick way down is falling to my death. I haven't got anything set up on this wall yet for receiving all of those things, so I'm going to be getting that done as soon as I can. I've come up with another change of plans, you see. I've come up with another idea to do it, which is why I want to change it. So we've got to have water going in first, so let's get with having an infinite water source. I actually could do with the infinite water source being close by to the workshop, I guess, because I am always needed an infinite water source in here. So let's have the infinite water source so it's showing, like down here. Or down the other side. Let's have it down this side. Then I can have a tank for the storage of the solution itself on that side. Yeah, I actually don't want it going down that far. I'll have it coming into here like this so I can see the water levels from there. And we're going to have the two resources that are coming in. I want to put them one on each side. Ah, that is annoying that they won't fit together nicely. Let's go with, let's put that there and then place it on top. There we go. Okay, collect, thank you, and we'll fill this gap in for now. There we go. Okay, so it's going to look nice and simple, nice and neat, nice and tidy. We're going to have the rotten flesh going into there. We're going to have the nether wart going into there. We're going to pump all that in together, and we're going to put water into there. So I need to get the water sorted out, and I also need to get some item conduits on the go to get it all hooked up and ready to go. I think I've got some already. Yeah, I've got some item conduits, but I do need to make some fluid conduits. I need quite a few fluid conduits. What's a fluid conduit when it's at home? I don't think I've used them yet. Missing quite clear glass for those. We can smelt up some quite clear glass by just putting all the glass in together. I don't think it matters which way round you put them. I think it'll just smelt the glass again. So you smelt the sand to make the glass, and then you smelt the glass to make the quite clear glass. That should work. And I should have 3 at a time. Yes, awesome. So then I can just quickly put those along there. And where was my... Ah, there's the conduct binder. Yeah. So that's nice and good there as well. Okay, so we've got that, that, and that. So I just need to get the water, and we can set this up and running, and then start piping. I'm going to lay some item conduit around the wall here as well, over to this side, so that we can bring in from there directly all of the things that I need over here. Alright, so if I put that down there and put that to extract water, that should put the water in. Yes, it does. I can also set to make sure that that pulls from there as well to fill up the input tank a bit faster when it's pulling. And then we're going to have the item conducts, which will go there, and that will input into that side, and it will insert into that side. So we just have that extracting, and that'll go in that way, and we just have that extracting, and that'll go in that way. There we go. I do need to lock them though, otherwise we've got a problem. So let's leave those out for a sec. Let's take some of those out, put that in there, lock it, and then take some of that out, put that in there and lock it. There we go. So that's nice and clean looking, I like. I will have some tanks in here for the output, so we're going to end up with the fluid conduit as an output there, going down. And this needs power, and then that's it. We've got things going on. There is a way of generating power from nutrient distillation, I think. There's a zombie generator. I don't know if that's the way. Consumes nutrient distillation and generates power. So I think we're going to make one of those over here, so it can kind of self-fulfill. But I don't know if that's going to be... like the output is going to outweigh the production. I don't know if a little bit of nutrient distillation is enough to power the production of nutrient distillation using a zombie generator. I don't know yet, so we're going to test that out. But for a start, I need to get some of this going on, a zombie head, some electric alloy, and all that kind of stuff. So just for generating the first batch, I think I was going to bring it in from over here and just poke a hole through here somewhere, like there, and just see where that takes us. Oh, it's pretty close, isn't it? It's pretty close. So we could bring it back this way, perhaps, and just connect up the power there and bring it in over here and up. So it starts generating some power that way, and we'll start working to make the nutrient distillation. Okay? So that's kind of a backup power as well. I could also, if the generator's a good deal better, then I could maybe hook it up so that it'll generate power for this little setup over here as well. So it'll generate power to here, which I can boost using the Stirling generator. Instead of relying on the Stirling generator to do all the power for me, I'll do it the other way around. That might work. So the next stage, we'll sort out the zombie generator in a bit. I'll go and do that off camera. But for now, we need to get the items over to these two places. The right items as well. So for straight off, nice and simple, the nether wart is being produced directly. So I can just bring this straight down here directly. It's not going to be going anywhere else. It is just there and insert. Okay? And the zombie flesh, well, I want to be able to insert zombie flesh directly into the system. When I'm throwing zombie flesh away, I can throw it into there, but I need to get this zombie essence from the farms and turn that into what we're doing over here. So, in a similar way to how I'm doing all these with the grid power system, with the auto crafter, I want to bring that auto crafting system over to here as well. I don't think I've got a spare auto crafter though. I might nick one just for this stage. Yeah, I'm going to nick one for this stage, and then work on it from there. So let's take out the gold one for now. Gonna have it. Can you give it to me? Oh, I haven't got my magnet on. Ah, yes, I haven't got my magnet on. That's what the problem is. So we'll go with an item conduct instead of the hoppers. I want to get rid of the hopper system. I want to do item conduit going into this. Okay, so that's going to be an insert. This is going to be in or out, because I want to be able to pull it from other parts of the system later on. In fact, that should probably be in or out as well, just in case I want to pull that from other parts of the system later on. And then we're going to have the crafter on the top here, and we're going to change the crafter to be a zombie essence, like so, and that's going to make the rotten flesh, and pull out auto extract. So it'll automatically extract all rotten flesh that it creates, but it'll put zombie essence in there. Now, in order to put the zombie essence in there, and only zombie essence in there, I'm either going to have to filter an item conduit, or I'm going to need to put that into something else first, and then into here. Now, if I get a backlog in here, which could happen, I need to void off the excess. So rather than just putting the item filter on here, I'm thinking I'm going to use another one of these to create a holding bay for it. I guess just one of these basic drawers. It has a few stacks available in it. I'm not bothered about how many stacks I'm going to have available, but I'm going to do it this way around. I think I'm going to put it so that it's coming in from the top here. So we kind of rounding things off a little bit in this section. So we'll have... Oh, I didn't really want to do it that way, did I? We'll have it so that it's on top of here. That's where I did want it. Give me back. I want to face the right way, please. Thank you. Face the right way. Good job. Okay. And then get rid of that. Awesome. So now this will have this stuff going in here. I need to lock it as fast as I get it, which is the draw key there. Put that in there and tap. Okay. So that's going to be doing that. And we're going to auto eject from there extract into there. We're going to input into there. There we go. Right, and then we just need to hook up. I've got some more item conduits in here somewhere. Yeah, I've got plenty. I made a load up earlier because I knew I was going to be doing tons and tons of this, laying cables around everywhere. We can have that coming into here, like so, and we can have that now set to insert because it can only ever insert those type of things, right? Okay, and it doesn't look too bad. I think there's going to be some fancying up done, but I just want to work through slowly but surely getting this set up right. I could make it a lot compacter, couldn't I? I could compact it a fair bit more. I could try. I might even be able to get this vat to suck up from the reservoir directly. But we need to at least see how it is working first before we start compacting it down. And what I want to do with that is bring a cable from here. This is where it's all kind of getting sorted. We can have that change to insert. We can bring this along here. I'm going to change all of these to insert eventually, I think, because I would like to see where things are as well. But rather than like having it sorting out using the draw controller, I want it to sort out like automatically go to its location. Wow, I'm stuck. Automatically go to its location. So the draw controller here is probably going to be a waste after a little while, but I'm leaving it in for now, right? Because I need to set all those to input or input-output so that we can register all the things. And I'm going to continue that same trend going along here. Input-output all the things. All of the produce that needs sorting out with the auto crafter or the mechanical crafter to turn it into another produce. And I think I'm going to get rid of the produce along the bottom here and just have the cables so that they run to the warehouse section in here. The storage location is going to be more internal. But that's like first place everything goes to in there. And I'm going to need a lot of remote awareness upgrades in order to make that happen. And I'm not sure that I've got anything like at the minute enough to make that happen. So let's see what we've got. The remote awareness upgrades are just Eyes of Ender, so that's easy enough, yeah. And then some more electric steel, silicon, and conduct binder. So yeah, I should be fine with that. I should be fine with that. Should be able to make a load of those. That's the next thing, is to batch up that stuff and make it quite a lot. Still only 3 in there. There's no rotten flesh in there. This has got up to 35 and 33. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's check out the zombie generator then. I'll quickly go and make one of these. Okay, so everything's now flowing through and down and coming to these locations. It seems to be producing enough. It's doing the rotten flesh right, and we're up to nearly... Well, we're up to a stack of nether wart, and we're up to nearly a stack of rotten flesh in there already. And we're starting to create an overflow. So the overflow will continue. But what I don't have yet is whether or not the output works. So, I've already put an output there, and I did that earlier. I did that earlier, I forgot about it. That is disabled, and that is insert. And so from here, we're going to be extracting. Yeah, there we go, look. So we're extracting the nutrient distillation into the tank below. And from this tank, we should just pull from there. So we should pull across to that one. So this one fills up by getting pulled in from the vat. The vat empties out into that one, and that one pushes into here, which then allows me to put something in the wall here to send things away. What I don't have at the moment, though, is a Scooby-Doo about how this works. So I want to just take this off here for now and put this zombie generator in there. So this will be disabled for now, so it's not connected, and I'll reconnect it later if I feel like it's working properly. And this should be receiving from this guy here. So let's push out into there. Now that is full of nutrient and is generating 80 RF per tick. This is using 20 RF per tick, so the chances are that there's 60 left over from that. So clearly, yes, that is generating 60 RF per tick spare going into this system here, which is awesome. I moved this around a little bit just so I can see the zombie generator ahead. I'm thinking about how to set it up a little bit better, but I haven't come up with a decisive plan yet. When I'm moving all of the warehouse around, I'll probably change it around a little bit. But we do have the very simple setup that I'm missing here, actually. Let's disable that. Let's insert there and extract there. There we go. Yeah, now it's all set up again. Yeah, so we have a very simple setup, a very easy to do setup. It's very, very efficient to make all of the nutrient solution that I need. And I should now be able to move on to making the inventory panels, which is awesome. But I feel like I've run out of time for today's episode, so thank you all very much for watching. I will craft it a little bit more and mess about with this place a little bit better and show you some more workings in the next episode. But I would like to go and get on with other bits and pieces around the server as well. So this is kind of like, I've just shown you a few bits and pieces of what I plan to do here, and I want to get the rest of it done off camera, just duplicating and laying it all out, and see what we come up with design-wise, and have a look at how it all functions in the next episode before going off and doing something else. So thank you all very much for watching. Hope you check the links down in the description for the Patreon information and the live stream events and things like that. I will see you in the next episode on the Patreon server. Goodbye.